Good morning, everyone. So I'm on the way to the hospital because, thank God, as I've shared, we were blessed with a baby girl. But being that she was so excited to come into this world, she came early. So thank God she's well, she's doing great, but she's gonna have to stay in the hospital for quite a few weeks until she fully develops and so on. She's a preemie, which I'm calling a premium. But being that she's born what they call premature, I'll be doing this drive to the hospital a lot to visit and spend time with her. And I figured if I'm not going to be able to do my regular classes as often, or they may be schedule changing and so on, maybe on the way we could do a class. So I can't look at the screen, obviously, and I can't see your comments, but we could learn together. So let's do it. Please give me your feedback if you hear me, if you can't hear me, if there's too much background noise, if I'm going too fast. I'm new to doing videos while I'm driving, so I'm looking forward to your feedback. But what I want to share with you is a Hayom Yom, the Hayom Yom, from when our daughter Hannah was born. She was born Friday night, Shabbos, which is already the 5th of Tamuz. And the 5th of Tamuz, Hey Tamuz, in Hayom Yom, the Rebbe's first book that he wrote, it basically goes in a calendar. There's one entry per day, and it has different teachings, short sayings, telling us different customs and traditions, and tremendous insight there. So for the Hayom Yom of the day when Hannah was born, the Rebbe brings a story that somebody once came to the Alter Rebbe, the first Chabad Rebbe. He was a famous chassid who was very close, very involved. And this chassid, the Rebbe asked him, "So, how are you doing? What's your situation?" And he told him that he lost everything. Apparently he was a very wealthy man, and sometime prior he lost all of his wealth, and he was really in trouble. He was complaining. The Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe that is, turned to him and said, "You're needed to illuminate the world through study of Torah and service of the heart." Service of the heart means prayer. In Chassidus, we talk about prayer as being the service of the heart for many reasons, among them that by davening, it's a time when we have to really use our heart and focus. And the two parts to our heart, as we've spoken here many times, there's the evil inclination and the good inclination, and it's a struggle to focus and daven and be inspired and connect. But more importantly, the idea of davening being the service of the heart is that it's feeling, it's emotion. You connect to Hashem in a way that you are loving, fearing, having an emotional relationship that's a result, obviously, of our intellect and so on. But he told him that you're needed, Alter Rebbe told this chassid, you're needed to illuminate your surroundings with study of Torah and service of the heart, which means prayer. And you do what you're supposed to do, and Hashem will do what he's supposed to do. He actually continued and he said, and you need Hashem to support you. So you do what you're needed for, and he'll do what he's needed for. In other words, there's a deal here. Oops, I just missed the parking lot. There's a deal here. You need to do your part, and Hashem will do his part. Now, it sounds unfair almost, and if you look around the world, you don't always see this in the literal sense. You don't always find that you do your part, Hashem does his part, because that's just the nature of the world that we live in. Unfortunately, we don't always see everything the best way. But the Alter Rebbe tells him, do it. You do your part, Hashem will do his part. And it brings us to the topic of this give and take relationship, this plus and minus, this giving and receiving that exists throughout creation. Hashem wants a relationship with us. He wants us to do our part, and He will do His part. And I was thinking about it. I actually was in the ISKU where the little babies are. I was spending some time with Chana, and I read her Hayom Yom, the one that she's, the one that for the day that she's born on. And let me just get the parking ticket here. And I was thinking, what's the connection, or what's the message for a little baby? And really, I think, there's no tickets today. That's good. I think really the message, and one of the messages, especially for a little baby, is that you're needed for something. Every person is needed for something. And Hashem wants you to come into this world to accomplish something. And when you come into this world, you're needed for that. And you also need stuff. You need certain things to go your way, and you need certain things to happen. And Hashem says, do your part, I'll do my part. We're in this together. And don't think that, I'm not so significant, or I don't really matter, or I'm just a little baby, or whatever it may be, because you're needed for something, and only you can do that. So, if this worked, and we'd really appreciate your feedback. The drive here usually is about 20 minutes or so, and maybe we could start a little early, or etc. But anyway, I don't want to stop our classes, and it'll be different. I won't have my notes, but I would love to do this if you could hear me well, and if the surrounding movement doesn't interrupt. So, thank you all on the birth of our daughter Chana Bela Reza.